Hi, I'm Lynn Robinson and I'm on the Santa Cruz City Council and I'm up for re-election this year. I'd love to share with you some of the things that I've been doing along with you while I've been on the council, and also the focus that I'd like to do in the next 4 years along with you as we really work to move Santa Cruz forward. Many of the issues that you've brought to my attention are the things that I've been working hard in the last 4 years, either through policy or ordinances or just things that we've worked on throughout all the neighborhoods in Santa Cruz as well. So let me share a few of those with you in case you don't know. One of the things that we've really been working on is working on a serial inebriate program to really help those in need that have really done a cycle of alcoholism where we need to help them and give them an option and also give our community an option so that it's not a place where people live out on the streets. And it's been very, very successful. We're working with about 20 clients now, and we'll continue that throughout the city, and the county has been extremely helpful in that. Another is working with housing officials throughout the city and the county on issues where there's active gang activity, and we can work with leases so that there's evictions possible so that criminal activity associated with gangs is not permitted, not allowed, and not tolerated anywhere in the city. I also work closely with the Santa Cruz Police Department on the Pride program that 2 officers brought forward to help with our at-risk youth. We work with the city schools, especially at the junior high level, and I've been very involved with also trying to help mentors in the community. If anyone's interested in helping, please get a hold of me. It's an extremely successful program, and it's also helping direct our kids away from any gang activity they might be lured into. As well, we're doing things for downtown ordinances that are really helping people know what our rules are and do behavior that fits our community, and community behaviors that we don't find acceptable really have consequences. Those are important for quality of life issues that I work on in the downtown area as well as the beach community. And during the next 4 years, things that I find that are really important that you're sharing with me that we want to work on is working on our budget within the city of Santa Cruz. We really have things that we know we can improve in terms of cutting costs. We also have to look at pension reform, working with our employees, and many people in the community have brought ideas forward that they think could be savings to the city that they can help us with as well. Those are things that I find really, really helpful, and it's community members bringing their ideas forward, and I love working with community members as well as city staff on helping with our budget issues. The economic vitality of our community is so important. It's been a focus of mine the first 4 years, and it will continue to be in the last 4 years, when I work with you again, as well as public safety. I'm endorsed by our firefighters, by our police officers, by our small local businesses. They're people that I work with every day. Many of you know that. And I'm thrilled to be your council member now. I've enjoyed my service, and I look forward to 4 more years working with you in the city of Santa Cruz.
Hello, my name is Hillary Bryant, and I'm running for Santa Cruz City Council. I'm here to ask for your support on November 2nd. I moved to Santa Cruz over 20 years ago to attend UCSC, and I earned a degree in biology. But Santa Cruz is where I chose to make my home. My husband David Schumann and I own Westside Animal Hospital, and we are raising our 2 small children here. And I'm running for City Council because I want Santa Cruz to be a safe and vibrant place to live and visit, a fantastic place to do business, and a role model for environmental stewardship. The 3 platforms of my campaign are community, economy, and environment, and I think those are intimately linked. First and foremost is our economy. We have to get our economy thriving again. It is essential for all the services that we value so much in Santa Cruz and for a vibrant community. I think that we need to make it easier for us to start and maintain small businesses in Santa Cruz. We need to make Santa Cruz a year-round destination. With all the amazing festivals and activities that go on, people should come here not just 4 months of the year, but year-round. And thirdly, we need to have incubator spaces. We need to connect our university with our entrepreneurial spirit in Santa Cruz. The Digital Media Center at the Channery is a perfect example of that. Secondly, the community. This is where I'm so passionate. From saving the Beach Flats Community Center, to building a track and field at Santa Cruz High, to raising funds and hope for Children's Hospice, and as a board member for Community Bridges and for Habitat for Humanity, I've spent my time and energy finding creative ways to solve our community's challenges through bringing people together that form partnerships that really, really make a difference in our community. And thirdly, our environment. It's so precious and it's not invincible. People come to Santa Cruz because of our amazing resources and they stay here, but we need to have a vision and a plan for how we're going to maintain our bay, our rivers and streams, and our open spaces. And all those things connected will make our economy, our environment, and our community thrive again. I believe that I'm a person that brings people together and finds innovative solutions for the challenges that we face. I hope that I earn your vote on November 2nd, and I believe that I will be an effective and positive new voice for your City Council. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Ron Pomerantz. I'm running for City Council. I'm on the platform of running with a healthy community, and I welcome the community TV audience because I stand on the shoulders of people who passed before me who were community activists, and community TV only exists because people struggled hard to make sure community TV existed, along with all the other great things we have in our community, from the green belts to Lighthouse Field to the services and programs that are really essential that I want to be sure that we maintain. I received a great education from UCSC. It connected me to the community, how beautiful, and the intelligence and the commitment that people have in Santa Cruz. I then went into the Peace Corps, beginning a life of what I consider service. I returned to Santa Cruz because of the magnetism of the draw of the beauty and the community of our town. I was then fortunate enough, I had a series of jobs, from custodian to sanitation worker, where I learned the importance of organized labor. I then was fortunate enough to found my career as a firefighter in San Jose, 29 incredibly fabulous years of service. And I maintained my community activism in Santa Cruz at that time, everything struggling for a community, the Westside Community Health Center, and keeping Garfield Park open. So ever vigilance is essential. I raised 4 great kids with my wife, Jane Weed. All through the public schools, I was very active, including the site council, making sure that programs were funded and parents were active and involved. Most recently, I've been committed and involved with the rail trail. I see that as not only a transportation model, but additionally the need for economic development of ecotourism. I have been walking the neighborhoods trying to find out where people's concerns are. And what I'm finding is public safety seems to come up over and over for themselves, for their children, for their neighbors. And there's no magic bullet in this. I have a public safety background, and I understand that we need enforcement. We need to have community activism, like the NOLO model, and additionally we need to maintain our programs and services to keep kids active, involved, out of trouble, give them belonging and significance. In order to fund these programs, I strongly support Measure H, Prop 21 for the Parks 22, and Fighting 23. Don't have time to explain those. Please look those up. Look on my website for those people that support and endorse me. I want to put forward a municipalization project as well as a Parks and Rec district idea. I continue to devote my life to public service, and I want to keep the beauty in our community. And I thank you so much for your time and interest.
Hi, I'm Kevin Moon, and I'm running for Santa Cruz City Council. My wife Sarah and I are native to Santa Cruz and raise our 2 daughters not far from where we grew up. I decided to run for City Council because our current council's priorities are not in the interest of keeping its citizens safe. When I am elected, I pledge to the people of Santa Cruz to work to no end on 2 goals. First, I will be diligent in fighting the gang violence, drug use, and vagrancy that is all too common in our downtown areas, parks, and beaches. As a parent, I am also disgusted by the violence that gangs have brought to our youth, and even more concerned at our current council's lack of leadership with the ever-growing problem. I will never let politically correctness stand in the way of law enforcement. It will be my top priority to see that our police department has all the tools necessary to keep our families safe. Second, I will hold our city services and nonprofits accountable before ever considering a tax increase in Santa Cruz. I am 100% opposed to the utility tax Measure H that's on the November ballot. We should do a top-down review of our city's budget and get rid of wasteful spending. And then we absolutely must reform the public employee pension system that is bankrupting our city. On November 2nd, you have a choice between the status quo, which has led us to where we are, or a new direction. So cast your vote for me, Kevin Moon, for Santa Cruz City Council.
Hi, my name is David Terrasas. I'm a candidate for Santa Cruz City Council, and I'd like to thank Community Television for having me here today to speak about my campaign, and also to thank them for all the work they've done recording the numerous candidate forums that appear currently on their website for Community Television. During the course of this campaign, I've reached out to all parts of our community to talk about why I should be your next City Council member. I'd like you to see for yourself by logging onto their site and viewing as many of the forums as possible. I'd also like to talk to you about the work I've done, not as a City Council member, but as a member of our community, working hard to remove blight from parts of our community, as well as fight against some of the rise in gang violence. I put up a public art mural on the west side as a result of a rising escalation of graffiti and blight. I've also worked partnering with Santa Cruz neighbors and the neighbors of Lower Ocean to put together a public safety resource that's been distributed to over 8,500 households throughout the city. As a council member, I'll continue to partner with neighborhood groups as well as individual residents throughout the city to make sure our town remains vibrant and environmentally secure. So on November 2nd, I ask that you support my campaign for City Council with your vote, and contact me if you have any questions regarding my positions, and also to speak with me directly on how you can get involved in the campaign. One thing I would like to say is, as a result of the numerous forums that have run on community television, I've gotten a tremendous number of calls of support and requests for yard signs throughout our town. I'd like to ask you to continue to support community television in their work to make public information a vital aspect of our political process, as well as our communities as a community resource. Thank you.
Hi, my name's David Foster, and I'm running for Santa Cruz City Council. I grew up in Santa Cruz. I was moved here in 1958 when I was 4 years old. I graduated from Santa Cruz High and went to Cabrillo, and then graduated from UCSC. I really wanted to work in the community, and so I went on and got my master's degree in community development at UC Davis. And that's a program that's designed for people that want to work in the community, especially with nonprofit corporations. So from there, I went into a 25-year program, service working with different nonprofit groups throughout California and here in Santa Cruz County, developing affordable housing and child care programs. So, there is a saying that the best way to predict the future is to participate in helping make it happen. So with this in mind, the last 6 years, I've been involved as a planning commissioner for the city of Santa Cruz, and the last 3 years serving on the General Plan Advisory Council. I've also served on the Green Building Working Group, which helped bring the Green Building Ordinance to Santa Cruz to make sure that our homes are more environmentally sound. For the future of Santa Cruz, in my mind, what I'd like to see is a future where our neighborhoods are pedestrian friendly, where our children can ride their bikes safely to school, where our young people can find engaging and supportive activities and jobs that give them confidence and a sense of belonging. And I want to see a community that maintains its social service programs and its network of social services as a key component of our plan for community safety. I'm part of a sandwich generation, which means that I both have my young adult children and my aging senior parents living with me and living with me at home. So I want to be part of a community that cares about all of its residents, rich and poor, young and old, students and families. I have the experience and the concern for the community to be a good community member and a good council member, and I will work for the good of all of the community as a whole. So I thank you for your support. Please check out my website. I love it because it's got a lot of great information. davidfoster4santacruz.org. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Steve Plach, and I'm a candidate for City Council. Community TV has been kind enough to give the candidates a few minutes to kind of introduce ourselves and explain our candidacy. So I'd like to answer a few questions as if we were kind of sitting in your home and you were asking me some questions about me and my candidacy. So the first thing you're probably asking is, who am I? Well, as I said, my name is Steve Plach, and I'm a candidate for City Council. Although I've only lived in the town for about 13 years, my two brothers, my mom lived in town for many years, so I feel like I have a close personal connection with the city. Second question you might ask is what qualifications I have to serve on City Council. Well, for the last 5 years, I've worked full-time, about 45, 50 hours a week, as a volunteer and grant writer for local nonprofits. Among those, Walnut United Women's Center, Santa Cruz AIDS Project, Save Our Shores, and the Follow Your Heart Action Network. I've also worked as a trainer and a crisis room worker for suicide prevention services. Through that work, I've learned how to build consensus among diverse groups. I've learned how to provide social services. I've learned how to generate new sources of revenue, and I've learned how to manage mid-sized budgets. I think all skills are necessary for an effective council person. Next, you might ask what I hope to accomplish as a city council member. Well, I hope to accomplish three things. One, revive the local economy. Two, maintain core social services. And three, ensure public safety. I think in terms of reviving the local economy, we need to create jobs for our local college graduates in green tech, high tech, and biotech to keep those bright young minds in town so they can create for us that next generation of ideas that's going to make Santa Cruz prosper. I also think that we need to support our green building programs in terms of green renovation and green refitting in town. That work can be done by local construction people who can keep that money local and in town, and I think that's very important. As far as social service is concerned, it's my job as a city council member to maintain social services so that the disadvantaged, the disabled, the dispossessed will always have the services and resources they need to maintain their dignity and quality of life. In my city, no one will be left behind. No one in need will ever be left behind. In terms of public safety, I've had an opportunity to talk to the interim chief and also the management staff of the police department, and we've discussed programs such as community policing and volunteer policing. I think that these are innovative and creative ways to maintain and improve public safety over the coming years. We'll be talking a lot about this in the ensuing weeks and months of this campaign, and we invite you to join in that discussion. Lastly, you're going to ask, why vote for me? Well, I believe that this campaign is as much about leadership as it is about issues. So please consider what I've said here today, and when you step into that voting booth on November 2nd, remember the name, Steve Plach for Santa Cruz. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Daniel Dodge. I'm running for City Council, District 5, in the city of Watsonville. I'm asking for your support on November 2nd. Proven leadership is needed to deal with the difficult challenges facing our city. For over 20 years, I have dedicated myself to serving our community and helping others, empowering the community empower themselves. I hope to continue serving the working families of Watsonville by becoming your District 5 City Councilman. I know the struggles and the challenges that working families here in the Pajaro Valley face. I believe my solid record of community service and experience has provided me with the necessary skills to be able to address these challenges. A partial list of my experience includes Watsonville Planning Commission Chairperson. I've been a member of the Watsonville Watsonville General Plan Steering Committee. I'm a member of the Community Television Board of the County of Santa Cruz. I served as the Pajaro Valley Community Health Trust as one of the founding board members, and I'm a former United Way community hero. One of my top priorities when I'm elected will to bring good quality jobs to the city of Watsonville. I will also focus on maintaining the fiscal health of the city. I support our strong public safety programs here in the city of Watsonville and ready to tackle all the issues facing the community's growth. I'm respectfully asking for your vote and support to represent the working families of District 5. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to introduce myself. My name is Eduardo Montesino, and I'm running for Watsonville City Council District 4. I'm 34 years old and are raising a wonderful family here in Watsonville. I've been a resident for over 11 years and just love this community. And I want to have a chance to participate in the Watsonville City Council. I've worked in the public service as a bus driver for over 11 years, and I have your best interest at heart. But being a bus driver has given me a perspective of the needs of the community. I know we need to attract good paying jobs for our community. We need to come together as a community and solve some of the issues. Like I want to create a safe community for Watsonville, somewhere where people can walk around, not be afraid to walk with your kids, or leave your kids to go on a bike ride in those wonderful trails that we have over by the slough. I'll also work with the business community to attract better paying jobs. I know we need a lot of those, especially for a young community. I've also been endorsed by the Monterey Central Labor Council, by United Transportation Union Local 23, by the JLBT Alliance of Santa Cruz County, and by John Leopold. Are just some of my endorsements. I want people to get involved in your local community, because the only way we can solve a lot of the issues is by coming together and solve the everyday issues that are coming up. One of my proposals is to just not bring people to the council meetings. I want more people to participate in the Watsonville affairs. I want the meetings to be available to a lot more people. We need to gather a wide variety of people and work with each other to solve a lot of the issues. My candidacy I want to represent the working families of Watsonville. I'm a working parent. I also, like I said, I'm raising 3 wonderful kids, and I just want a better community for everyone. And I would respectfully ask for your vote. And para ustedes que no hablan inglés, les quiero pedir su voto. Le invito a votar por mí para poder hacer una comunidad mejor. Gracias.
I think that the city needed some financial help and some reorganization help in order to better implement what I would consider a 5-year plan for the City Council. I have been treasurer for the Technical Activities Board of the IEEE, which is the largest technical society in the world, with over 300,000 members, and the committee that I worked on, I headed, was responsible for the budgets of the different technical groups. The total of all those budgets was about $60 million. NAIA was a lot of fun and a lot of time spent. Attended all of the ribbon cutting. There were a lot of ribbon cuttings. I don't know if that was an unusual year or not, but it was fun meeting people, talking to people, finding out what they think of Capitola and what they thought of the City Council. I would like to keep us on a sound financial basis that we are now. In fact, I would like to improve that by increasing the reserves from a 10% contingency to a 15% contingency, or adding about $500,000 to the reserves. I would like to see the second hotel on 41st Avenue completed. I'd like to see the hotel downtown completed. I would like to see McGregor turn into a hotel, and then we would have a increased income that could keep us in good financial shape to redo some of our infrastructure for the next 6-7 years. There are some things going on that the public is not aware of, and that some of the council is not aware of, which could lead to a different approach to Rispin. I think that the idea of the Swenson project is dead. I don't think it'll be resurrected, but I think that there are other opportunities, and we shouldn't close it down too soon when these other opportunities may really help us, help the city a great deal, and give us not give us any real income, but give us something we can be proud of. Well, the library has been cut down to 20 hours from 40 hours because of lack of funding from the library board. I'm not impressed with the work the library board has done. I think they've neglected the city of Capitola. Some of them want to close a library here. The grand jury talks about closing the library here. There's no way I'm going to vote for a closed library. And we need to get volunteers running in order to help financially to keep it open more than the 20 hours a week. And we have to get the library board to agree to let us use volunteers in order to keep the costs down. I think we have many capable volunteers that can do almost all of the work needed with a little bit of help from paid staff.
Hi, my name is Sam Story, and I'm running for Capitola City Council. I'm running for re-election. I've been on the council for the last 4 years, and currently I'm the mayor of Capitola, and I'm seeking your vote for one more term. I've been a long-term resident of Capitola. I've lived there for 30 years. I live there currently with my wife Helen and my 5-year-old daughter Ruby. And I love the community that we live in. I want to continue to work to serve you, to use my experience that I've gained over the last 4 years so that we can continue to make Capitola a wonderful place to live for everyone, rich or poor, and or young and old. I'm also professionally, I'm an attorney. I've been a member of the California Bar for 30 years now, and for the last 10 years, I've been working as the Chief Executive Officer of Community Bridges, which is a nonprofit corporation in Santa Cruz County. We provide services to seniors and young children, such as Meals on Wheels, Liftline, and the WIC program. I want to continue to work and serve on the City Council so that I can help deal with the following issues that we're facing in Capitola. Number one, and that's the mobile home rent control. You know, the city has been under a siege of litigation by park owners to try to eliminate mobile home rent control. I believe that mobile homes are an important part of affordable housing in Capitola, and the city should work strenuously to help defend mobile home rent control. We need to come up with some creative solutions out of this problem and help the residents of those parks be able to purchase and own their own mobile homes. That is the best solution. In addition, concerning Rispin Mansion, I want to see the Rispin Mansion finally turned into a park. That property has been held up by the promise of development for going on 30 years now. It is time that we move beyond the proposed hotel development and turn that property into public access, public use, and the best way is with a park. I also want to work with the Library Joint Powers Authority to expand the hours once again in Capitola Library. I also work on the Joint Powers Board and will be working to do that. And finally, I want to thank Community TV for giving me this opportunity to share my message with you and to speak to you at this time. So thank you, Community TV, and hope you will allow me to play it again, Sam. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Stephanie Harlan, a candidate for the Capitola City Council. I previously served from 1984 to 1992 and 1994 to 2006. For the last 4 years, I've served on the Capitola Planning Commission. Capitola has a new city manager and a new community development director, and I can assist them by providing important history on Capitola's activities. I have always been a strong voice for the environment in Capitola and in the county and in the region. I was at the forefront of the recycling efforts, and I would like to increase these efforts in our businesses, condominiums, and apartments. I also previously served as the chair of the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary Advisory Council. I've always been a strong supporter of our excellent services to our residents, businesses, and visitors. We have an outstanding police department, a wonderful public works department, our streets are in good condition, we have clean parks, beautiful beach, lots of lifeguards, a wonderful wharf, an outstanding recreation department, and I look forward to continuing those. Our job now is to work on economic development so that we can continue to have the funds to continue these fine services. We will be going through our general plan review process soon, and that will take a couple of years. It will be important for all of you to participate so that you can help with the planning of the future of Capitola. I've always been accessible and had office hours, and I will continue to do so if elected, and I welcome your emails, your visits, and your phone calls at my home. I encourage you to vote yes on Proposition 21 to provide stable funding for our state parks, and yes on Proposition 22 to keep the state from continuing to borrow and take our local funds. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Camille O'Connor Norton, and I'm running for School Board Trustee for the Pajaro Valley School District in Area 1 of Aptos. I'm a University of California, Berkeley graduate with a major in philosophy. I attended the Sorbonne in Paris, and after college I was hired by Merrill Lynch in San Francisco and professionally trained as a financial consultant and stockbroker. I currently am running a small remodeling business. I'm a general contractor. John F. Kennedy once said, "Let us think of education as a means of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there's a private hope and dream which, fulfilled, can be translated into benefit for everyone and greater strength for our nation." There's a concept in education known as teachers as leaders. I believe our teachers should be running our schools. I believe that we need to be giving them the freedom and the authority to be making the necessary changes to improve the quality of education for our children. District and contractual limitations are hurting our children. We need to stand behind our teachers, and we need to show them that we trust them to know what is in the best interest of our children. Our community is also blessed with a large population of Hispanic families. I value the beautiful contributions that they make to our community, but I'm also concerned with the difficulties and challenges that many Hispanic families face as they maneuver through our school district. I believe that we need to raise our academic standards and expectations. Every child should feel that a college education is within their reach. We need to show every student the value and importance of a college education, regardless of the path that they choose in life. And I think our school district could be benefiting from the innovations of the 21st century with solar power, with state-of-the-art computers, and with online classes for our students. Personally, I would like to be part of a progressive movement of devoted community members, teachers, parents, and students who value the importance of academic excellence and the need for change from the status quo. For more information, visit my website at CamilleTrustee.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kim DeSerpa, and I'm running for School Board Trustee seat in Area 1 for Pajaro Valley Unified School District. I'm a mother of 2 children, ages 9 and 12, who attend Pajaro Valley schools. My little girl's at Valencia Elementary in Aptos, and my son is at Aptos Junior High. I've done a lot of volunteering at the schools that they've gone to. I've participated in the Home and School Club. I've sat on the site council for 6 years, chaired that site council for 3 years, and I was the appointee to the North Zone, where we concerned ourselves with issues of the Aptos schools. I've learned a great deal of knowledge working on these committees and with these 3 groups about how things actually get accomplished in the district. In my volunteer capacity, I've worked hard to improve our elementary schools. I've spent many nights writing grants on behalf of Valencia Elementary, and I've raised about $130,000 to make improvements to the school site that directly benefit the children, teachers, and staff there. Grants that I've secured allowed us to place a track so the children have access to improved physical fitness. I've written grants that place new computer labs on campus and computers in each classroom so teachers have access to technology. And I've also written about $100,000 worth of grants that placed a new playground, which benefits our entire region because children with disabilities can access any part of that playground and play alongside kids, the regular kids on the campus. I'm a creative thinker. I have a lot of energy. And instead of complaining and wringing my hands about problems or issues facing our public school district, I actively work to make those things better. I've made improvements in technology, physical fitness, and in play, things that serve the whole child so that they can be educated better. If I'm elected, I would like to turn my attention to improving the morale of teachers and staff in the district. I'd like to help raise the bar for achievement, improve the food service program so our kids aren't eating fast food every day for lunch. And I would be honored to lend my expertise and my energy to this board on behalf of the children in the Pajaro Valley. Thank you.
My name is Patrice Edwards, and I'm running for Pajaro Valley Unified School District Area 1. I've been a member of several boards, including the Santa Cruz County Fair Board. I have the experience of how a board is supposed to operate in setting policy and following up to ensure that such policies are followed. My husband and I have 2 children currently in the district schools. My oldest graduated from Aptos High School. Many parents have lost confidence in the school district's ability to meet the needs of their children. I have 3 R's that I will work to accomplish if I am elected. I will reduce costs from the top down. I will restore needed educational programs. And I will retain effective classroom teachers and staff. Now is the time to improve education for all our children. I am Patrice Edwards, and I would appreciate your vote on November 2nd. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leslie DeRose, and I'm running for re-election for Pajaro Valley Unified School District Trustee Area 5. 4 years ago, when I ran for this seat, my goal was to see increased student achievement throughout the district. Little did I know I was going to be handed a virtual axe in order to balance the budget. Our district, as well as others across the state, were dealt a devastating blow when it came to funding for our students' education. These necessary actions put student achievement at risk. However, I never lost focus, even during these dreadful cuts. The current board remained focused and directed the staff to remain focused as well on student achievement. We set accountability standards in place and have measured results that show amazing strides across our district. I ask you, the voters, to support me in another 4 years of increased student achievement, because we now know that with proper guidance from the board, with the right focus and ability to make tough choices, our students can succeed. All of them can succeed. So let's keep the momentum going. With your support on November 2nd, we can continue to see this increased achievement. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Aaron Hind, and I'm your candidate for the Santa Cruz County Board of Education. 2 years ago, nearly 10,000 residents of Scotts Valley, San Lorenzo Valley, Bonnie Doon, and Davenport elected me to represent you on the County Board of Education. And I think the residents of those areas did that for a few reasons. One, I'm a local guy. I've grown up in this area, graduated from San Lorenzo Valley High School. I have a very well-respected chiropractic office for about 10 years now in Scotts Valley. And for the last 5 years, I've lived in Bonnie Doon. Secondly, I have 2 children currently in public schools, and I'm one of 2 board members out of 7 that have children in our public school system. Thirdly, I set certain priorities when I came into office. One was that we had fiscal responsibility and accountability, and 2, that we kept our priorities in the classroom with the teachers and students where it belongs. I'm happy to say that 2 years later, we went from a $4.5 million budget deficit to a balanced budget at the county board. And we've maintained valuable services to our community through our ROP programs, through our special education and alternative education. I've also been nominated and elected as president of the county board by my fellow trustees. I've earned all 7 endorsements from my fellow trustees and the endorsement of Michael Watkins, the superintendent of public schools. But I think we still have a lot of room for growth, and we've got some work to do. About a year and a half ago, I was in Washington, D.C. with my family. And shortly after I graduated college, I lived in D.C. for several months, so I was showing my family around. And I took them to the Smithsonian's and the Lincoln Memorial and all the different memorials. And I was very inspired, especially in front of Lincoln, reading the inscription on the wall. One thing that really stood out to me is I believe at one point in this country, we really expected greatness in everything that we did. And I think we expected greatness in our political and elected officials. We had expected greatness out of our inventors. We expected greatness out of our educational system. And I think more recently, we've lost some of that greatness. Unfortunately, we've been infected by the virus of mediocrity and apathy. And that has shown through somewhat in our educational system. Unfortunately, we still have a 20% dropout rate in California, and we have some real issues with passing our standardized tests. I think what we need to do is really focus on the positive points that we have here in Santa Cruz County through offering school choice, through some of our programs at Pacific Collegiate, for example, and our charter schools, and some of our positive programs in Bonnie Dunes, San Lorenzo Valley, and Scotts Valley. Please visit my website at www.aaronhind.com, and thank you for your support.
I am George Martinez, candidate for the Santa Cruz County Board of Education, Trustee Area 1. I've been in public education for the past 32 years. I believe it is time to elect someone who is current and well-versed to the problems and challenges that face public education. Look, I am not going to sit here and tell you that there's some magic bullet or magic program to fix public education. After years of reform and failed experimentation, I've concluded something that I've known all along. To acquire an education requires hard work. Hard work from administrators, hard work from teachers, hard work from students, hard work from parents, and the community at large. Absent that, we will continue to fail our children and their children. I am passionate about public education. I've devoted 30+ years to support students and teachers. I will ensure that the resources that come to the Santa Cruz County Board of Education will be used effectively and efficiently for the benefit of students and classrooms across the county. I have the experience, the expertise, and the passion for public education that the County Office of Education needs. Thank you very much. I count on your support November 2nd. Otra cosa más. Hablo español, soy hispanohablante, y les aseguro que yo haré lo más posible para asistir a mantener los programas que son necesarios para nuestros hijos. El futuro de nuestros hijos depende en la educación. Gracias por su atención y por su apoyo.
My name is Gina Locatelli, and I'm running for Santa Cruz County Board of Education. I'm a parent, a businesswoman, and a community leader who believes strongly in the value of education. When elected, I am committed to 3 goals. First, I will work with the other board members to continue to produce a balanced budget for the Santa Cruz Office of Education. In these economic times, it is irresponsible to spend outside of our means. As the private sector is being forced to cut back, so should government. I will make the hard decisions necessary to control spending and make sure that the County Office of Education maintains a balanced budget. Second, I am committed to providing educational choice for our students and parents. Santa Cruz is blessed with nationally recognized public charter schools and excellent private institutions in addition to solid public education. As a parent, I know the benefit that comes to students when they are given the opportunities they need to succeed. That is why I am dedicated to school choice. Third, I will maintain accountability and standardized testing and what it gives to parents and students, while also allowing for alternative methods of testing. Students do not learn the same way or at the same rate. I believe that we should do everything we can to see that every child succeeds in the way that they learn best. I am committed to working with teachers and educators to see these opportunities provided. I am running for school board to provide the fiscal accountability, educational opportunities, and parental experience we need to move our schools forward. I would be honored to have your vote. Gina Locatelli for Santa Cruz County Board of Education on November 2nd. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robert Chakanaka, and I'm a candidate for Trustee Area 7 of the Santa Cruz County Board of Education. I live in Monterey County. It's a rather unique jurisdiction as because of the Pajaro Valley Unified School District, it moves into North Monterey County, and the seat is actually in Santa Cruz County. It's a unique district, and I say that because I've lived there most of my life, since 1970. And I think I know what we need in our area and what I can do best to represent us at the Santa Cruz County Board of Education level. For many years, I've been employed by Santa Cruz City Schools. Before that, I was employed by Salinas Union High School District. I know what programs the County Office of Education offers, and I also understand what could be best and beneficial for South County residents and North Monterey County residents. I'm asking for your vote on November 2nd, as I feel I am the one with the most experience to represent you at the level of Board of Trustee Area 7. A few of the ideas that I've had, which I explained out in more detail in the Sentinel, I want to make sure that programs, that the ROP programs and the other programs that benefit residents in South County are expanded, and they need to be brought to South County and North Monterey County, because I feel that our students need that kind of program to make a better life for themselves. We have programs currently that are offered. Nursing is one example, dental is another example, there's carpentry, there's other examples that are there. Unfortunately, I feel we could expand on some of those. I think we could have something in the area of hospitality, restaurant, culinary. So there's ideas that I have to bring things together to move in that direction. I also feel that I'm the candidate that's best able to bring parties together to see the success for our students. I think that the Santa Cruz County Office of Education should be reaching out to the Monterey County Office of Education and the San Benito County Office of Education. All of those areas encompass into North Monterey County and South Santa Cruz County. I think that working together, we can streamline program and save expense and offer more program by doing such things. I also feel that the County Office of Education could be a natural resource for our city schools in both Pajaro and Santa Cruz, Live Oak and Soquel, as well as our small districts, Mountain and Pacific. I feel that if we work together as a team, we can provide the essential services to the school districts that the County Office of Education is meant to supply. I think that my role on that board is essential in bringing those parties together. I've often been able to think outside the box, and I've often been able to move program so that it benefits and saves money and saves costs. So again, I invite you to look at my website, chakanakaforschoolboard.org, and give me your consideration on November 2nd.
Hello, I'm Shannara Abraham, and I'm running for the Board of Directors of the Lompico County Water District. I've been a property owner since 1971 and a permanent resident with my family since 1976. I've been a California citizen for 42 years. I was a planning commissioner, a city councilman, and I spent 42 plus years in corporate management. I wish to bring this managerial experience back to the board. I want to utilize my 12 years of proven leadership in my service to the Lompico County Water District. And I want to point out that for 5 of those years, I was president of the board. I wish to come back to the board to accomplish some of these very important items. We need to restore the financial stability of our water district. It's very clear to me that for at least 11 years, the board was unable to make the difficult decisions to curtail the rising costs that we were experiencing in the district. One only has to read the grand jury report to find this to be true. And secondly, we need to develop a 1-year, a 2-year, and a 5-year plan for restoring our service area. What does that mean? Well, we no longer have a capital improvement program, nor do we have a plan for a comprehensive maintenance program. Number 3, we need to ensure that the board focuses on the most important pressing issues that we are faced with. You know, this may be the important issue that we have to deal with. It took our board 18 months to authorize $6,500 to stop our leaking tanks from losing the entire production of one of our wells. That amounted to 10 gallons a minute for over 18 months. Clearly, this kind of prioritizing must end. I want to thank you for your attention, and I want to thank you for your support.
Hello, everybody. My name's Sherwin Gott, and I'm going to be running for one of the director positions for the Lompico County Water Board. The reason I'm running today is because I firmly believe that we need to keep our water local amongst our community residents. I've done a lot of research in the last couple of weeks, been to a couple meetings, and have found out a few things that I think that everybody here should know. First thing is, we've gotten a lot of bad press about the Lompico Water Company and our water district, both in the Sentinel and on the news. Grand jury hearings, I'm sure everybody's heard about it. But in fact, I'm here to tell you some good news, some really good news. That good news is, 1, our water district is basically in really good shape. Number 2, the cost of fixing our water district is far less than what other people think. And number 3, we are all owners of this water district, so we should be proud that we have good water in a clean place. Let me get to it very quickly. My campaign runs on basically 2 different things. One is I believe we should keep our water local, and to do that, I've researched the cost of what it would take to go ahead and fix our plan using the San Lorenzo Valley Water Plan as my guide. And to make a long story short, after all the numbers have been said and done, my plan comes out to approximately $467,000. Their plan, $2.643 million. If I add the interconnect onto my plan, it's around $1.19 million, a lot less than 2.68. The reason this concerns me and should concern you is because we, the homeowners of Lompico, are going to have to pay for the bill. I really believe that if I can't look at a quote from the water company and see that there's such a big difference, 45% to be exact, then I think we need to question whether or not we want to join the water company who's already in their plan is trying to overcharge us. I've got all the numbers and I've got a budget put together, and I'm welcome to share it with all the community. I'll be coming to your houses pretty soon. I'll be throwing a couple barbecues at the park, and I'm looking forward to sharing this information with you and letting you try to figure out what the right thing to do is. I'm not telling you to vote one way or the other. I am for the local choice. I am for the local control of our district, and I'm hoping that you take a look at the facts and vote on November 2nd. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, my name is Rudy Cabigas. I'm a candidate for the Scotts Valley Fire Board as a director. I've been a resident of Scotts Valley and a homeowner for the last 26 years. I'm married to my wife Belinda for 26 years and have a 20-year-old daughter named Caitlin. For my community service in my town, I have been an active member of the Moose Lodge, Scotts Valley Lions. I am a volunteer photographer for the Scotts Valley Chambers. I've been a participant in most of the barbecues for the Friends of the Library and stuff like that. What I bring as an experience to this position is that I'm a retired fire captain with 30 years experience. And the last 14 years, I was supervising personnel, facilities, and apparatus, which are 3 of the 4 committees of a board, on the board as a director. And as you can see, I cover the majority of those. So right there, I'm qualified for that position. I'm also a former fire director from the year 2002 to 2006. So with my experience, I can guarantee you that I'll make sure the citizens and the children in this community will receive the best possible service from me and the fire department. Some of my major endorsements are the entire city council. I have Mark Stone from the 5th District, County Supervisor. I have Vic Marani, Santa Cruz County Education Trustee, and the majority of the Scotts Valley Fire Board and the majority of the Scotts Valley Water Board. So come this November 2nd, I appreciate if you would vote for Rudy Cabigas, working for our community.
Hello, I'm Dorothy Chittenden, and I'm running for the Scotts Valley Fire Protection Board. I have lived in Scotts Valley for 22 years with my husband and family. My community involvement is where I served as the PTA president and both on the curriculum and site council at Vine Hill School, as well as a community club leader for the Scotts Valley 4-H youth organization. My priorities for the board will be first to make sure we spend our tax dollars wisely. The current board has already had to reduce the budget by 4%, and in coming years we might have to reduce it another 1 to 2% because of declining property tax revenues. My second priority will be to maintain our firefighting force. Overtime pay cannot make up for that critical person when a fire is in process. We need a healthy work-lifestyle balance to protect ourselves and our firefighters. And last, we need the board to do more outreach so that people create defendable spaces around their homes. I have a BS in business administration coupled with years in purchasing and accounting. I will be using both of those to review budgets and future fire acquisitions. Citizen oversight is what the purpose of the board is, and I can bring that to the board. I would like you to vote for Dorothy Chittenden in November for Scotts Valley Fire Protection Board. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alan Smith. I'm running for re-election as trustee for District 6 of the Cabrillo College Governing Board. My wife Barbara and I have lived in Santa Cruz County for over 30 years. We are raising our children here. My law practice is here. And my wife's physical therapy practice is here. We are involved in community activities, especially those involving youth. I am a veteran, Vietnam veteran, a Rotarian, a past Chamber of Commerce president, and a graduate of Leadership Santa Cruz and Focus Agriculture. I've served in the Cabrillo College Governing Board for 16 years. I have the support of many leaders in business, government, politics, labor, and nonprofits. I am pleased to have the support of liberals, conservatives, and progressives. For example, I have the endorsement of all 6 of the other Cabrillo College trustees. At Cabrillo, we're focused on student success and accessibility. Thanks to the voters, Saturday we opened our new Health Education Wellness Center. Before that, we opened the Crocker Arts Center and Theater, and before that, the Horticulture Center. With mostly good news from Cabrillo, you might think it doesn't matter who sits in the Cabrillo board, but that wouldn't be true. Not all community colleges are as successful as Cabrillo. The Cabrillo Governing Board provides control and oversight. Community colleges elsewhere have strikes, they have labor disputes, and they have contentious lawsuits, and sometimes the board doesn't get along. There's a reason, even with the new buildings. It's still the Cabrillo faculty, the staff, the classified, and the administrators who create student success every day. I'm proud to say I have their support. Cabrillo faces new challenges. The recession may have ended, but the recovery is not yet complete. We need Cabrillo to continue the quest for excellence in community and vocational education. My experience will help me make the best of this decisions in these difficult times, and I would appreciate your vote on November 2nd.
Hi, I'm John Abel, and I'm running for Scotts Valley School Board. Did you know that in terms of allocation of funding, Scotts Valley is in the bottom 10% of school districts being funded by the state of California? In times of this fiscal crisis like this, it's more important than ever that we have a school board that we can believe in and trust in. With my experience over the last 13 years as a Silicon Valley executive, I've brought together various corporations and various corporate departments towards a common goal. I believe this experience will lend well to bringing positive change to the school board in Scotts Valley. As a parent of 3 young children, 1 currently in the school district and 2 entering the school district next year, I am very much aware of the problems our teachers and our schools are facing today. I believe that we need to rally the community and do 3 important things. We need to reduce our classroom sizes, we need to reduce our administration overheads, and we also need to reinstate programs that were previously eliminated. I hope to do this by bringing an improved level of communication between the parents and teachers and our school board. I will listen to suggestions from parents and teachers and will involve them in the decisions that our school board makes. I will also look to the private sector for corporate donations as an additional method of raising funds. So please help me give the kids of Scotts Valley the future that they deserve by voting for John Abel for Scotts Valley School Board on November 2nd. And for more information, please go to my website, www.abelforschools.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michael Piseni, an incumbent candidate for the Live Oak School Board. I have lived most of my life in Live Oak, going to Live Oak School, kindergarten through 6th grade, Branch 40 Junior High, and graduating from Santa Cruz High School, then on to Monterey Peninsula College. I have served my country by serving 6 years in the Naval Reserve, with over 3.5 years active duty, being honorably discharged as a second-class petty officer. I have served as an elected trustee on Live Oak School Board for 8 years. First, from 1975 to 1979, when my children were at the Live Oak schools. Then, in 2006 to present, in order to improve the schools for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and all the children of Live Oak. I am a family man, being married to Elwanda for over 51 years. I have 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren, with 1 on the way. I have 50-plus years small business experience and have used this experience to help get the most out of the reduced funding that the state is giving us. We hired a new superintendent a little over a year ago, and her expertise is curriculum. We have had a great increase in the test performance this last year, and we expect this to continue on for the coming years. Those in the Live Oak area, please vote for me, Michael Piseni, for Live Oak School Board member. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rosemarie McNair, and I've been a real estate broker for many years, going on 35, I think. Also, we've lived in Santa Cruz County since 1977 in the same location in the country. We call it the country. Anyway, it's up in the Soquel Hills. And that is where I became most interested in issues having to do with the fire department. we love where we live. We have lots of redwoods and oak trees and a lot of flora and fauna and brush and so forth. And it is to our great solace that we have the fire department to protect us. They protect us not only just because of fire, but in the event that someone maybe is ill or gets hurt or has a heart attack or whatever the case might be, we know we can count on them. And I can tell you that although we've lived in the same location for all these years, since 1977, we've had 3 different address changes. And those address changes came as a result of the fire department, again, making sure they could find us. Because when you're in the country on a private road, they have to scurry along to try to find out where we are. So we had one address, but the city and state were Santa Cruz, California at first when we were there, because we were up Old San Jose Road. And then it became Soquel. And then we actually changed our little private road to be Soquel Creek Road. And that was, again, to make sure that we could be found in the event of any emergency situations. We also have a bridge on that road, and the fire department was there to make sure that their tender could cross, to make sure that we were protected. They came to a lot of meetings as we did our road agreement to make sure that things were covered and carried safely for all of us. So those are some of the issues that we really have to deal with. As far as the nuts and bolts about how the fire department does it, it's a lot of complicated background information, of course. So we need to pay attention to what really works with the budget. How can we do it? How can we continue the best protection for our neighborhoods and for our families throughout? And the Central Fire District is a diverse district. It consists of city, urban areas, and of course the country areas. So there's a lot to be done there and a lot to take care of, and I'm most interested in trying to do that. So I would hope that when you go to the polls, you vote for Rosemarie McNair. Thank you.